Hey, how goes it half empty? Not too bad, not too bad. Getting some shop stuff done, doing some admin. Now I am just hanging out, checking out some live streams, reading the news, getting ready for tomorrow. We'll be back in the shop again tomorrow. We don't take days off. Iranian missiles hit hospital. Yeah, you can't take a day off. No, you got to keep making money. I shipped out 3 slides just today. Oop, actually, I don't know if I can. Forget about it. Yep, shipped out a few slides. Hey, Xanthi, how goes it? I'm stealing people from Darkstream. No, I'm just lurking, watching them, responding to both, hopping in over on Jansen over here. We might give him a slide to test out. Hey, Fat Gray Man, Kurt 24, Dangle Mac. We'll respond to them over on the other stream. Santy on the other stream. Yep, just trying to get some watch hours in. Who do we got over here? We got Drew in Oregon. Who else we responded to? TN Tactical. Flying Rich. Goonbeam. Definitely check out Goonbeam. I wish YouTube had this. Is where you can use your frequently used emojis, and uh, YouTube does not. And the grumble, dumble, rumble does, which is real nice. Make sure we're liking everybody's stuff. This is a day behind. I'm checking out a newspaper from yesterday. I did hear about the Iranian or the U.S. strike in Iran this evening. We'll get that newspaper tomorrow. News in Arizona. It's hot. Mm, interesting. Yes, yes, they are. We hit 117 the other day. Yesterday was 110, and I think today hit 105. This is probably weird. I mean, I read a lot of internet news too, but there's just something nice about a paper. It's like they're talking about Iran launching missiles into an Iranian or into an Israeli hospital. COVID. How are we still talking about COVID? That's something that was funny. Before we got out of the military, Stiffler and myself, we were on COVID relief operations. Silliest mission ever. I can't believe I actually got a medal. Like of all the stuff I've done, I got a medal for fucking COVID. Hmm. Yes, we got DLD After Dark, Crate Tactical going on in there. I've seen Crate Tactical before. Definitely give Crate Tactical a look. You gotta love political cartoonists. They write the most interesting things. Ah, the president has extended the TikTok. Was it extended the TikTok allowance for 90 days to keep the app running in the United States? How about that? I mean, of all the stuff going on in the world, that's top news. I mean, people do use it for a lot of information sharing as well as brain rot. So there is that. Russian missile strike in Ukraine killed 28 people. What's this? I think we have Black Diamond Guns and Gear. This is the same. Yep. We got Fat Sack Josh. We got Black Diamond Guns and Gear in here. Hey, Poppy the Gun Guy, Shooting Gallery. Right on. We had announced our 4th of July sale coming up. It's going to be 15% off Arctic White strip slides, NRA Blue strip slides, and USMC Red strip slides. Hey, Flying Rich Firearms, welcome. I'm just lurking in on DLD After Dark, Fat Tack Josh, and Crate Tactical while they're on Rumble. Denmark is now using sea drones. That's interesting. The Trump family is starting a mobile phone company. Interesting. Kraft Heinz and General Mills to stop using artificial dyes in their food. Oh, that's unfortunate. Got a guy in here disarmed in Britain. Sadly, that is what they have chosen as a nation. Not a sponsor. Welcome. I doubt I'm going to be very entertaining. I'm literally just lurking in watching DLD After Dark, Fat Tack Josh with Fat Tack Holsters and Black Diamond's Guns and Gear, as well as Crate Tactical over on Rumble, and just catching myself up on some news. We're going to be in the shop all weekend. Not a sponsor to you. We're going to be in the shop all weekend. We have started that first production run of, hey, Coors Light Connoisseur. We've started that first production run of SM19 Zooms. I've still got to do a short little video on it. And we also announced our 4th of July sale that is coming up. Well, obviously 4th of July from the 3rd to the 6th. Yeah, so we're just catching up, trying to get some viewer hours on the old YouTube page while I catch up on some things going on in the world and the state. Oh yeah, sorry for the lack of audio. I wish I could have that. Unfortunately, there's an issue with my speakers apparently that is not fixable. Ooh, U.S. Mexico border legislation. For some clarification, I live about what 60 to 80 miles from the border, somewhere thereabouts. Hmm. Well, not the most engaging paper. Some stuff going on. Nothing as exciting as what's going on with Iran and Israel right now. But hey, we've got TikTok for 90 more days, so that's going on. And for those of you joining us who don't know, we turn bars of steel into aftermarket Glock style slides. McLuhan Lagoon. Hey, Red Dawn. The economy is trash. Red Dawn's right. Oh, that's a good question. So, Coors Light, they range from 145 to about 265, depending on the slide, the model, and the configuration. Sorry, slide and color and configuration. So, for example, do I not have one with me? Oh, that's unfortunate. So the Zoom slides, start at about 145. The Vipers are going to come in at about 180. And then if you're talking about a complete slide, like a complete Viper costs about 250. And that comes with the ELD performance barrel, the upper parts kit, and the Glock OEM sights. Yeah, yeah. We're in a weird balance where we're not the cheapest on the market, but we're not the most expensive, obviously. Like if you go over to Agency Arms or Grey Ghost Precision, they make a quality product. They really do. The price is just a bit out of the range for a lot of people. And so I feel like we're in a good spot, but we're also in a spot where people look at that price and they go, okay, there must be something wrong with it, right? Like if you get something too cheap, like over here I have this. Oh, what was this called? R19. The Rem Sport. That's what it was. Rem Sport R19, 416R stainless steel. Real basic model. Has a nice rounded edge. Has a chamfer on the front. Flat face. It's gonna work. It's got your rear sight cut, your front sight post cut, but there's no optic cut, right? So I think these range at about like $100 flat. Probably look it up. Rev Sport R19. Yeah, here we go. Gen 3 nitride slide. Okay, buck 20. Oh, that's for the rounded. I don't know if they have a flat face, but 125 for the rounded. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And they're like, oh, it's not too expensive, therefore it must be trash. But we're in a weird little like where we wanted to supply people who are just getting into building with a good quality product, and people assume that it's bad because our price isn't stupid expensive because we're using 17.4 stainless steel, the same as Zev, Safiri, Grey Ghost Precision. I think Brownells used to use 17.4. But what's this one here? No, it's a G42. Can I not do it by model? I guess not. Not by model. Okay. So yeah, like a Rem Sport G17 is coming up at like $100. It's a fine slide. 416R stainless steel, you know. But we're doing 17.4 and we're just charging a little bit more than that. And other companies who are doing 17.4 stainless steel are charging where we're charging 145, they're charging 300. And for something that's not crazy, like while I'm very happy with the SM19 helmet that we have here, you've got rear serrations, front serrations, top serrations that more for style than function, and then of course the RMR optics cut, and then we have a nice chamfer going on here for style, but it has form, it has function, but it's not insanely expensive. I think we're running these at 150, 160 right now, somewhere around there. Have to change your name. Change to Bush. Oh God. Maybe Natty Light Connoisseur. Yeah, actually, it's our most popular slide, and it's got a funny story about it. Is that when we first started, we were talking about getting into an agreement with another business about making this slide, um, and then we made them. We made 100 or 200 of them. I forget exactly, uh, but we made the slide. We bought the steel. We got the end mills. Got the machine ready and to go, programmed up, made the slide, and made the slides. We made a lot of slides, and the business wasn't ready to purchase. And we're like, well, we got all this money tied up. We can't wait for you to be ready to purchase. So you buy, or we have to sell individually. PBR connoisseur, and so that's kind of how it went down. Is that this became an individual sales slide rather than a slide we were going to provide for another company. And There's a couple models out there, or there were a couple models out there that were similar in appearance to it. Um, and the Viper has withstood the last 2 years and has become our most popular slide. And it is the slide we chose to make our first 17, which yep, I do have one. So our first 17 model is also a Viper. Cores can't light. Well, is that ammo? Actually, we've test fired this one. We didn't do anything special to it. We didn't Cerakote it. It's still kind of sharp on the grip serrations because it's from the machine. And we literally took it like this, no oil, nothing, slapped it on a frame, and took it to the range and shot it. That's funny. Hey, frag out firearms. Who else do we know in here? Oh, I know him. Yeah, and if you guys haven't, check these guys out too. I really do need to do more with Rumble. Oh, let's go check in on Chanson, see how things are going. Is that Fat Sack? Yep. So they're in Chansons are talking about, hey, Glock 26 or 43X, which do you prefer? We plan on making a 43 at some point. We're gonna call it the SM 43. So we plan on making one. Yeah, yeah, Chanson's a cool guy. We're gonna probably do a collaboration with him. Work with getting him a slide so he can go and test it out. Lots of craziness going on. And if you're looking for the most up to date stuff, you could probably find it on our Instagram. But here is our 4th of July sale going on. Doing it from the 3rd to the 6th. 15% off our Arctic White, NRA Blue, and USMC Red slides. Code USA 25. So yeah, July 3rd. We've already had people try and use the code early, so that's kind of funny. But July 3rd, code will be live, and you'll be able to go to our website and order, whichever ones you like. Some of our Arctic slides, some of our NRA Blue slides. Yeah, so here's a great example of a price range. So we have the Zoom at 145, the Hellet at 155, the Turbo at 165, and the Viper at 175. Oh, we've been in business since January of 2023. We first started out in Florida, uh, moved out there for 6 months or so, learned how to do the job, had a shop side by side with another company, and then we moved back to our home state of Arizona, where we set the shop up here, and we've been here ever since. Oh, what's going on Instagram? Hey, shooting gallery. Definitely give shooting gallery a look. So that puts us in business for what, 2.5 years now. So we'll hit our third year come this January. Poppy the gun guy. Yes, and that first year absolutely sucked. Here's someone who made a build with one of our slides. A Viper. Looks like he's fresh from the range. Move to Rob Zombie. Oh, thank you very much. It was very, very tough, and it's still tough right now. There's still problems. There's still struggles and challenges. Summer always sucks for business, and it's not just like us. It's all firearms related businesses. Sales are just down in the summer, and our distributors don't order as much. Customers don't order as much. There's just not as much as you can do. That's dumb. All right. Ah, here we go. All Glock clones welcome. If you're on Facebook, give these guys a look. Fun group. People sharing their builds, their experiences. Pretty cool stuff. Swamp Fox Optic. Hey, there's our sale. Yeah, it might. The Summer Swamp might. And we're still working on getting our second 17 model out there. Just completed the first batch of like 40 slides. So we're hoping we can get that ready for people. Hey, Twisty's Gun Show. Much appreciated. Thanks for dropping by. If you're in, give the screen a double tap or just click like. Feel free to share to your friends. Hot dogs giving the subscriptions away again, man. Oh, he must be over in. Oh, I see. They're streaming from both. Okay. This is a good way for some of you. So, Fat Tack, Josh with Fat Tack Holsters, Black Diamond Guns and Gear, is streaming on his channel, while DLD After Dark is also streaming on his channel. So you can kind of get views on both sides. And that's pretty smart. Oh, Gideon Optics in there? Yeah, definitely check out Gideon Optics. We have one of their Omega Red Dots. It's pretty awesome. Black Rifle Medic, how's it going? Oh, Lightning Scott. That's right, Dark. They have been screaming death to America for decades. Since 79. Pretty good. We are just kind of checking out other people's streams. I was reading the news. I like to read a paper once in a while, talking about we're turning in slides, or turning steel into slides. Mixing up my words here. Yeah, frag out. Funny dude. We've got our 4th of July sale going on, so that's coming up. So we'll be doing 15% off red, white, and blue slides on July 3rd through the 6th. Man, it ain't easy helping everybody out with their streams. Part of why summer slows down is people are out spending money on, vacations. They're spending money on their families, but also we got to look at the state of the economy a bit. And while yes, there's always absolutely a need for people to buy guns, buy gun parts and accessories, buy ammunition to do training. Um, the economy's been rough on a lot of people, and so following getting their tax returns, people did not spend it on essentially luxuries. And once you have your first firearm, when I recommend five personally, but once you have your first firearm, everything else afterwards is a luxury and depends on your level of training. So when they've got other things to take care of, bills, food, water, electric, debt, they're not gonna come out and buy one of our slides to gussy up their Glock when they've got other things to worry about, and that's completely understandable. We do not blame anyone. If you're struggling, don't go buy one of our slides, which is a counterintuitive thing to say, right? Like I need your money so I can pay employees and pay our overhead and whatnot. But if you're struggling, don't go out and buy a slide. Definitely give all these guys your like and a follow as well. Oh man, Dark giving the shout out. Dark giving the shout out. Much appreciated. Winter is actually fairly, or at least it has been fairly busy for us. Well, fall to winter, and even spring. That's usually when we're doing a lot of most of our business. Summer is just it's rough, and it's rough on a lot of people. Hey, Ginger Parrot, what's going on? Just watching other people's streams while I do some live myself. Oop, wrong one. Was reading the news earlier. I like to read the paper once in a while, telling people about how we turn bars of steel into some of our slides. We've got our 4th of July sale coming up. Red, white, and blue slides, 15% off. That'll be on the 3rd to the 6th, or the 3rd to the 6th of July. Oh my god, yeah, man! Like, wish I could drop 5K. The prepared father, welcome. If you guys are just joining us, feel free to give a like and a subscribe. But also check these other guys out that I'm watching their stream on DLD After Dark, Fat Tack Josh with Black Diamond Guns and Gears, and as of course Fat Tack Holster. And then we have Crate Tactical as well. And over on YouTube, we are watching Chanson on his stream. He's answering some gun questions, maybe plays a few video games. Give these guys a check. Doing well, doing well. Every day above ground is a good day. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I had 5K to be, if I had 5K, I'd go back into the shop. And that's most of our money. That's something a lot of people don't understand. The first few years, the first 5 years, even more. Um, they're like, "Oh, you must be making money," and yeah, sure, when we do make money, but we're not keeping it. That money goes to pay employees. That money goes into overhead, like the rent for the shop, electrical bill. We got to go pay for new end mills that broke. We got to get more coolant. We've got to get the scrap metal out away from the shop and off to to a scrap yard. All kinds of things to do. Sometimes it costs a little bit of money to do that, and then all of this while you're paying for your house and your home bills and everything. You don't really get to just keep and pocket the money. It goes off and pays for all these other things. Yeah, exactly. 100. Your money goes into your business. You don't really get to keep it because there's always something to upgrade. There's always something to fix. There's always something to improve. And we've expanded our shop, God, 3, 4 times now at this point, and that's not counting for craziness that happens. Like our shop got flooded once in a storm, and it just moved in sand and dirt and mud and just water everywhere. We actually had to scrap out over 100 slides. Well, not scrap. We had to blem out over 100 slides because they're sitting there on the shelf like they're supposed to be. And the storm was so violent it knocked our shelves over, and so all these slides they're up on the shelf and hit the ground. So they've got dents and dings. We had to blem out 100 slides. That was some money lost right there. The ones that were Cerakoted, they all got scuffed up. Yeah, that storm sucked. Yeah, trucks break down. I was working another job where we drive around, we check on properties and stuff, and the biggest cost is vehicles. Someone's always running over a nail. There's always some part breaking on a vehicle, and that's just on regular wear and tear. That's not to mention the stupid stuff people do. Like sometimes an employee who's just doing the job makes a mistake, and all of a sudden they break a $200 part, and it's just like, oh god, how many more of those are we going to break this week? I wish my speakers weren't totally screwed, so you guys could get some of the audio from their live over on Rumble. But definitely feel free to pop over and check it out while you're watching me, or if you want to bounce out and go check them out, by all means. Yes, and people don't tell you that, but stuff was not designed for Arizona heat. Our car batteries, they're like, oh yeah, that car battery's good for 2, 3, 5 years. They die in a year. Doesn't matter what they were designed for, they die in a year. Yep, everything costs money. I sometimes I wish there was a barter system, like, hey, would you accept this? But you can't because you got to pay taxes and everything needs to be documented. Everything. For those of you who don't know the gist of what they're talking about, it is apparently uh, the United States did airstrikes or bombings on the nuclear facilities in Iran, whichever. Oh, who did he delete? So this is a common thing, and I don't have enough followers for it. But like, if you go over and watch Chanson, and even DLD After Dark gets it sometimes too. You get people that go into your live stream just to screw with you, or sometimes they do anti Second Amendment propaganda and they just harass your stream. So he is constantly in there kicking people out or silencing people. That's one I meant to talk about too. Dark was just talking about things you need, when stuff hits the fan: water, food, security, etc. There's another factor into that too, and I meant to have a live discussion about it. But recognizing insignias, uniforms, vehicles, aircraft that are common to your area, and that's something a lot of people forget about. Like, hey, okay, every state has a national guard, Um, what do the uniforms of yours look like? What patches do they wear? What does your local sheriff's department and police department look like? Like, sure, maybe you're just a good citizen. You never get in trouble. You're real vanilla, straight edge, no problems. But do you know what uniform your police departments wear? Do you know what aircraft fly around in your area? For example, if you have an Air National Guard base or a U.S. Air Force base nearby, do you know what aircraft are common to your area? Little things that you just keep an eye out for. That way, when something does, something strange does happen, you might get a little tip about that. Like, hey, that doesn't look right. Hey, that looks a little off. What's wrong here? So, of course, you need things like food, water, shelter, ammunition, need your weapons, so on and so forth, right? But if you don't know anything about your area and what resources are there and who operates in your area, then you're just kind of screwed too. No, see that's another part of it too. Is you never do it all 100% alone. You've got to focus on the business. So, but you also have to focus on the finances, and you've got to focus on advertising and like what I'm doing right now, just talking to people, checking out other people's lives. You got to have somebody doing that. You got to have somebody who's reaching out and talking to businesses. And then once you have an agreement with a business, you have to have somebody who's focusing on keeping those agreements, making sure timelines are hit, making sure your machines are running the way they should be. And you also need someone to run procurement. Hey, are we running low on this part or that part? If nobody's tracking any of these things, you're going to quickly put yourself in a bad way. Oh yeah, yeah. It's always funny when I watch like when summer comes around and the National Guard and the reserves and even some of the active component go off and they do training at Fort Irwin or they go down to JRTC in Louisiana. I think it's Fort Polk, and you'll see on trains that they're shipping Bradley armored vehicles, fighting vehicles. They're shipping tanks. They're shipping LMTVs and Humvees and what is it now the JLTV, and they're shipping all that stuff on the trains, and they're like, "Oh my God, World War III, World War IV, what's the government doing? Martial law." And it's like, no, man, it's just guys who have to do their yearly training. Or if you're near a National Guard base or reserve base or an active duty base, they do training once or a few times a month, and then they do also do training daily if you're near an active base. Yeah, man, have a good one. Thanks for popping in and checking us out. But yeah, they do training on every day on active installations, and they do training every month on guard and reserve bases. And if those bases are near you, or in the case of the National Guard and Reserves where they have aircraft, they do training weekly, not just once a month, because pilots have to get flight hours. Aircraft need to have maintenance flights. And then, of course, you have your aircraft mechanics, right? They actually have to be working on the vehicle. So those guys are on orders longer than your traditional guardsmen and reservists. So you might see, Apaches and Blackhawks and Hueys flying around. I think there's still units with Lakotas flying around, with the Marine Reserves. And yep, man, have a good one. Um, are you aware of those aircraft in your area? Is that normal for you? And if you see it, do you recognize that it's normal, or do you just assume something's wrong, martial law, the president's doing something crazy? But if you're aware of what's going on in your area, if you're aware that there's bases, for example, there's an area near me. If I drive by and all of a sudden I hear a lot of gunshots, it's, oh, hey, look, that is a military rifle range. They do training here. And the Army goes there, and the Marines go there, and the National Guard goes there, and even the state troopers go there. So if all these people go there and I hear gunshots and I'm driving next to it, I could have then presumed that, oh, hey, that's regular activity. Whereas if you're driving, downtown and you hear a bunch of weapons fire, that's not normal. Oh, and Robert Ham, I know him from. He's also an Army vet. He was a Ranger in his time, Desert Storm, and he's asking, what's with all these fucking ads? Uh, Once these channels become monetized, like if we ever get cool enough to be monetized, uh, we'll have ads too. And not just like when you start in the video, there'll be ads to monetize your channel, and it helps fund your channel. So that's what's going on with that. We're not that cool yet. What's going on over with Chanson? Yeah, we'll be doing a collaboration with Chanson. I'm probably getting a slide over to DLD After Dark. We're probably going to make it in Sig Pink. One, because it's Sig, and then two, Pink, because why not? Because it'll be funny. But also, if you're familiar with Dark, then you're probably familiar with Flying Rich Firearms. Also, John Crump News and Red Dawn Readiness. We have sent a slide over to Red Dawn. I believe it was one of our camo Vipers. And we are sending over one of our Space Worn Hellets. Not this one, but Space Worn, which is like a black distressed stainless looking appearance slide, over to Flying Rich. And so, if some of you who are watching, you want to collaborate with us, just reach out. We'll take a look at your channel, at your content. Let us know your plan, what you plan to do. Do you already have a frame? Do you have a build in mind? Do you still have to acquire things? How many videos are you going to do? All that kind of stuff. Oh, 10 ads before the stream started. That's freaking weird. Normally it's just one or two. That's wild. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping YouTube doesn't freak out on me. But obviously, I'm doing a live stream, watching other guys do a live stream on another platform, and I hope YouTube doesn't freak out about it because I know these guys, or I'm on their channels, watching their stuff, commenting. Same thing with Chance in here. So I'm hoping YouTube doesn't freak out and get pissed at me for it. And I saw one of my buddies is on Helldivers, so I might cut that short in a bit to go play Helldivers with the guy because it's my day off. Well, not day. I can't say day off. We're always doing something. I was doing admin work earlier. There was stuff to do at the shop, and I was doing some social media stuff earlier. So there's never really a day off. Had to go to the post office to drop off some slides to be shipped out, and it's my day off. No, don't switch from that. You you douche. Maybe I won't get off. Hmm. All right, let me go get a drink real quick. I will say all the World War III clickbait nonsense, all the military click, and some of that's what Dark and Fat Tack Josh and uh, Crate Tactical are talking about a little bit too. And it's great for content. I don't blame anyone who's running a YouTube page or a Rumble page for utilizing the content. Um, just from someone who served in the military, I did that for about 10 years. Stiffler himself, he did it for 6 years. We've got a shop employee who was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, I think it was, over with the 2-7. Stiffler did some time in Afghanistan under the 10th Mountain Division. I was on the Iraqi border under the 101st. So we all did our time in different capacities, and it's just sometimes it's just annoying or exhausting hearing people freak out about stuff so much. And it's not really their fault. They don't have a background in some of this stuff, or they don't have experience in some of this stuff. So they contemplate and they discuss what's going on. And, it's a good thing to be aware of what's going on with your local politics and international politics and wars and things like that. But there's so much misinformation out there or presumed information where they think something's happening that's not, or they think it's happening in some kind of way that it's not, and it gets exhausting. Like when you see the trains with all the military vehicles, and sometimes people freak out and think, "Oh my God, martial law," and none of that's happening. That's not even remotely what's happening. It's just troops going off to fight in Ethiopia. If you know, you know. Get me some water, and that's all it is. But it's not like the military is a huge thing in everyone's life, or politics are a huge thing in everyone's life. So when something happens, people start making a lot of content and they start doing a lot of clickbait, and it is what it is, unfortunately. Like I'm sure people who work in certain fields uh, watch things happen and they see how people react to it and they go, "Man, the public is stupid." And no, it's just that the public is ignorant. They don't have experience in what's going on. Lightning Scott says Iran just found out why Americans don't have free healthcare. It's an old joke, but it's a good one. Man, hot dog. Dude just gifted everybody memberships. That guy's cool. Yeah, other ones to check out. And that's something we'll do too. We'll talk about other people's businesses and help people promote. And so you've got Fat Tack holsters, you've got Definition knives, DLD hardware, Crate Tactical. Go check those guys out. Of course, check us out too. If you have a mind for it. But give these other guys a look. Help them out. Hey, all right. Who else is pinging me? There we are. Who's all in stream right now? Okay. All right. Oh, Wolverine Firearms. Yeah, check these guys out. They've got a few of our slides. Doing some cool stuff. The madness. The absolute madness. Creating monster ice cubes to put them in Monster. Give those guys a like. That's pretty cool. I don't care. The Short Act and HPA Section 3 Hearing Protection Act added to Trump's big beautiful bill. Yeah, I hope that goes through. That'd be pretty awesome. Absolutely. Oh, I don't know who makes that slide. Block 43X. Looks like it has some oblong cuts. That's pretty cool. Has it? I'm only loosely following it. Gun cab shooting. That gets really freaking loud, by the way, even with your pro on. Magazine Magic, we've done some collaboration with him. Yeah, go through, like everybody's stuff. It really helps out with the algorithm. Help build that two-way wall, as I like to say, because we already have so many social media platforms that are against firearms or against the Second Amendment. They're against you building your own guns. So, yeah, if you can, doesn't take much. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Marines and thick Latinas. Back to Jansen for a bit. Hey, half empty comment. Yeah, buddy. Back to another ad. You know what bill I haven't heard a lot about is that Michigan one where they were going to ban different colors. Ugh. It looks like it's just kind of on pause for the Michigan bill. Ah, been up all day, so that light hit me. OG Bobby USA. Yeah, it looks like it's just been tabled for now. I don't expect it to survive court. So even if they pass it, because you're telling people that they can't modify their own personal property, so you're messing with First Amendment freedom of expression. You're messing with private property rules and laws, and then you're messing with the Second Amendment. So I don't expect it to actually survive court. Just kind of checking out the tool path on this one. This isn't the USMC red. This is the red habanero red, and it's similar in appearance, but it has a metallic flake to it that's pretty cool. We all need more guns. Interesting. Oh, heading off to bed? Definitely, man. Get your sleep. I'm going to be up for God several more hours, and then we're getting up early and heading off to the shop. It's going to be a whole thing. Oh, I just sold something. All right, awesome. There we go. Let's go take a look at what we sold. Huh, selling a slide. All right. Someone bought an NRA blue slide. That's pretty awesome of them because they bought it before our sale. Might have to just message the guy and let him know, hey, we've got a sale. If he wants to wait, some people can't wait. They're building a build for a reason. So we'll shoot a message off to the guy and say, hey, we've got a sale coming on in a little bit. If you want to hold off for a couple weeks, but even when we've done that in the past, sometimes people are just like, no, I need the slide. This is what I'm building it for, whatever. Okay, I'm not going to turn down the money if they're not, because sometimes people just can't wait, and I understand that. Okay, let's send this off to sales to one Bravo, Papa Tango, and shipped. It's not going to ship tonight, and it will ship tomorrow, which is a Sunday, so it's actually not going to ship out until Monday, but it is what it is. Here we are. Where are we sending this off to? New Hampshire. All right. Sending stuff off to New Hampshire. Cool beans. Hey, Poppy the Gun Guy. What's going on, man? So we are watching some streams. Unfortunately, I can't seem to share the audio. There's something going on with my speakers. But catch you up. We've been talking about how we turn our steel bars into gun slides. We've got our sale coming up. I think I shared that with you earlier for 4th of July, 15% off red, white, and blue slides from the 3rd to the 6th. And then, oh, no worries, man. No worries. And then every now and then again, I like to read a newspaper and see what's going on in the world, all of its craziness, see if it affects my business or not. Doesn't usually. There's some stuff going on in Michigan where they want to change the law to where you can't have different colored firearms, which is definite BS because that would mean my little red slide here is a no go, and my little white slide over here is a no go. But black slides, FDE, burnt bronze, forest green, I think even the camo slides would be okay. But just anything that's not traditional firearms color. Stainless would be okay. But it seems like it's tabled. They haven't touched it in a few months. So we're just waiting to see what happens with that. What is that? Oh yeah, much appreciated. Thank you. We're hoping to get a lot of people in on it. I know it's not like our most popular color is graphite black, and then following that, you've got FDE, desert sand, and burnt bronze, uh, Jesse James green because it's got that green forest color. But I'm hoping if someone's out there they want to make a flashy slide, red, white, and blue. Maybe we can help them out, give them 15% off. And I'm going to try and figure out what's going on with the audio, but I might do this a little bit more often while I'm streaming some other people's channels, just do a bit of a live. Oh, what's going on with this dude? Not a sponsor. God damn, hot dog 990s, wild man. That guy's a cool dude. He gets people memberships to YouTube, to Rumble. Cool guy. We've got our second 17 coming in. We made the first 40 or so, and so now we're going to work on the next batch. We'll do some testing. Should be good to go. Everything looks good. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so if you ever, once he gets done with his build, tell him to feel free to share it with us. I love seeing people's builds because every single one of them's different. Everyone does a different thing. It's pretty awesome. I saw one today actually that we'll have to go to the place I'm banned. Yes. Oh yes, account suspended. Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware. Thank you. Thank you, Reddit. Let's see. Stiffler manufacturer. Let's go to media. Oh, so we sell gun parts, and Reddit does not like businesses who sell gun parts. And we were advertising, but the funny thing is the rules said we were allowed to do that. So, yeah, it is definitely unfortunate. But if you sell any kind of thing that involves 2A, yeah, some of our stuff's on here. It's pretty cool. But if you sell any 2A related products, and even if you're following Reddit's rules, they'll still probably ban you. We also got banned from Linktree, so that's why we use this one here. I think I mentioned this one in your channel before, but now we're using Link Bio so that people can get to all of our various platforms. Kind of like the setup. And we still link our old stuff. Like if I want to go look at Linktree, it's going to tell us this account has been removed due to a breach of our community standards. We sell gun parts. The funny thing is, we had our gun parts up here for a long time, like about a year, maybe even longer, maybe even 2 years. And the moment I went to update things, add new slides, new parts kits, change some prices and photos, all of a sudden we're banned. Yeah, yeah, well, our slide works with the Radiant Ramjet. We actually tested the customers with it, and we've seen a few other people do it with our slide as well. Oh yeah, there's some cool ones. Wild. Not the one I was looking for, but there's somebody shooting one of our Vipers. Nice. Very nice. No squigglies. Oh, that's funny. Man, that's a great girlfriend right there. Damn. I'm being given a slide by the because that's what's funny. Yeah, you make them, and then someone in the shop gives you one of your own slides. I just want to blow it up enough that we see people. I want to go to the range one day, and I want to see somebody with just one of our slides on their build. That's what I'm hoping for someday. That'd be really cool. Just going down to the range to test something, and you checking other people's stuff out, and boom, there they are with one of your slides. That's the dream. Yeah, yeah, Arizona. We actually had a RTT Guns and Gear. I don't know if you know him, but he came and visited our shop. He's in Arizona too. She able to do a short shop tour, and he took one of our Vipers to the range. He's going back with chances. Man, he just keeps not a sponsor quick with it. Oh yeah, and we did add to our collaboration list a little bit ago, and then we just had a huge hang up with this next order, and it kind of sucks because we're getting ready to collab with people again, and then all of a sudden, hey, we need these orders, or hey, there's this problem. Oh, okay, that again. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. If you're passing through and we're not freaking crazy busy with something, we'll just have to time it. Yeah, there's a local. Well, they don't really like people recording there, so we'd have to do it out in the desert. But I wouldn't recommend it anytime now or next month because the other day we were at 117 degrees. Yesterday we were at 110. Today we were at 105. And if you don't go out at 5 a.m. to shoot, uh, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna hate life because it just freaking sucks. What I do, man, if you have a Facebook presence at all, I hit up some of these pages for your own content. Like this one here, all Glock clones welcome. They're almost at 1,000 followers, but people just there posting their builds, and there's multiple like that. You might be able to get some of your content through. Yeah, that temperature sucks, man. And that's just the air temperature, right? So the temperature coming off of people's vehicles, like 117, you're looking at like 125, 130 for the temp coming off of vehicles, and then the ground is like 150 to 170. So like you can cook food on the ground. And then we got people who still try to take their dogs out walking. Yeah, it's Facebook group, and it's just people showing off their builds. They have one called they have one what is it, all gun Sunday, so you can post whatever guns you want. But Monday through Saturday, it's just all about Glock builds or Glock clones. And then Sunday you can post other stuff. And there's just some really cool. Some people do Cerakote work. Some people are brand new to building and they're learning how to do it. We post some of our stuff on here. This is crazy. I don't know how he did this. I mean, I kind of know how he did this, but I kind of want to make one. I don't know if it would sell, but this is a crazy freaking setup. Wild. What do we got here? Yeah, I, mean, I also kind of want to get rid of this. Like that's another life goal, right? Is go to the range and see somebody with your stuff. But I want my page to have this stupid struggle where you get weirdos on there, fake guns. I'm calling the police. Whether they realize it or not, they're adding to your content. It entertains your viewers. You get to ban them, adds to your viewer hours. I'm not even sure I'd ban them right away or block them or even silence them. Not right away. That's funny stuff. Oh yeah, something about him stepping away or something. I heard there's a whole lot of drama with it. I haven't really looked into it yet though. Oh yeah, for these guys, if you haven't seen theirs, this is DLD After Dark. Fat Tack Josh with Fat Tack Holsters and Black Diamond Guns and Gear, and that's Mike Pearson with Great Tactical. Each one of them runs their own businesses. So he, one on the right runs Definition Knives, and was it DLD? Damn it, I'm forgetting it. Ah well. And then Fat Tack Josh obviously has Fat Tack Holsters, but they all do pro 2A gun stuff. Good channels. You can meet up with other channels too, like Gideon Optics is on here. Just talking with a lot of guys from a lot of gun channels on Rumble and YouTube. Yeah, here's Gideon Optics right here. Yeah, you should definitely come on here and check out some of their stuff, man. Good viewers, and maybe they'll come over to your channel and check it out. And then you can see a lot of stuff that they're getting for their pages. firearms wise, accessory wise. And there's a lot of conversations too. Um, if it is your thing, DLD After Dark does do quite a bit of Christian religious discussion, in addition to the Second Amendment, politics, news, things like that. Oh yeah, man, no worries. We've seen a few new ones as well. And who is texting me this late at night? Apparently, I should have gone to the casino. Uh, that's funny. Well, and I just sold another slide. All right, good times, good times. And they have questions about it. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Interesting. 94. We've got a tracking issue with the customer's slide, but I'm not sure what he's. That's impossible. I can't have one day off, right? There's always something. Let's see. Sending something off to New York, and guys saying there's an issue in Ohio. Yep, can't just have one day, can I? That's all right. That's all right. That is what it is. We will get it handled. All right, let's check out USPS. He's right. That does say it was sent to Ohio. That's odd. Except we just sent it out today. Very interesting. The United States Postal Service, people. It has lots of issues. Okay, taking a look here. USPS. Okay, that looks normal. I wonder how long. Let me make sure this is right. Oh, okay, 9-8. Okay, USPS tracking. Don't you tell me it says Ohio again. I wonder if it's a reused tracking number. That would make some sense if it's a reused tracking number, something that's been recycled, because it is not the tracking information I have. What in the flying hell? Oh man, this is just gonna take my it might take my evening right here. Package in the wrong container. Okay. Yeah, it says the package was delivered last month, but I literally gave it to USPS today. So, hey, Kurt 24. Oh, I guess that's ended. I had a yep, that makes sense because I was in the middle of dealing with a shipping issue. Yeah, probably recycled. It should probably self correct. Well, not self correct. It should probably correct as it pings through the delivery chain, right? That's what I'd imagine. In this case, it's an eBay order, so it's just straight from eBay. But it was shipped through USPS. What is it? Advantage. Interesting. Sales, sales, sales. But I wonder if I can also run the tracking on it through the universal parcel tracking. Control V. Control V. Goddamn it. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. That's just. I guess this is my first time seeing this happen. Yeah, it says it was delivered on the 21st last month, but I just shipped it out today. But the funny thing is, it was shipped out. Today's the 21st of June. It was delivered on the 21st of May for the recycled one. There we go. That should answer the guy's question, I'm hoping. But you never know. Hope that doesn't ruin our good score that we're having so far. Come on, open up. There we go. I probably even have the receipt for it still in the vehicle. I might have to go check on that real quick. See you right back. Okay, good. So I am not crazy. I have the postal receipt. So glad I keep these. There we are. Well, it'll cover up to $100 of it. Okay, good. He's happy. Let's see here. You know what? Definitely gonna make sure I have to keep this receipt. Probably get it scanned that way, just in case. I'm not so much worried about the money itself as I would be the negative review. Not that we don't have some, because I mean, you're never going to make every customer happy. There's always going to be somebody who's pissed off about something. But anything to cover my own ass. There we go. Let's get this saved. Yep. Download. Excellent. Excellent. Looks like it's saved very well. Okay, cool. And let's pop that over here. Where did I? Oh, I moved you over there. Figures I end up going to do this live to share content and whatever, and I end up doing some customer service issues. There we go. Hey, Shadow, how's it going? Just doing some quick customer service shenanigans. There we go. Save that. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. Yep, same tracking, same good. Okay, this will probably just make the customer happy. All right, good to go. Freaking happy I keep those receipts, man. There we go. Yep, customer's happy. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, definitely. Thanks for the info there, Poppy. That is helpful. 2 years later, I'm still coming up. Still random issues show up. You never know. There we go. All right. Where were we before I had to go deal with all that? What was I talking about? Oh man, customer service never ends. It's freaking. It's 9:30 at night, and it just never ends. Sometimes you're always doing something. It's wild. How long have I been on? Let's see. Stop sharing. How long was this? Oh God, an hour and 41 minutes. My goodness. All right, that's where I'm gonna call it. I got to go make a phone call and talk to a few people. Um, Probably get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. But good chatting with you guys. Good checking out the other live streams. It's pretty awesome. Try to do some more of this. I'm going to try and do a live tomorrow. The focus will be a little bit on understanding and being aware of insignias and things that are going on in your community, in your state. You know, like for example, do you know what your local police officer looks like? Right? Do you know what their uniform looks like? What their badge looks like? Things like that. But thank you for everyone who popped in. Thank you for everyone who shared, liked, subscribed. Much appreciated. And we'll do more of this tomorrow. And as always, stay 2 away every day.